it's Jen with Astro T Astrology. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the new moon that is happening on July 17th in the sign of Cancer. This is going to be at about 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is what's happening here in New England, and at about the 24th degree of Cancer. So, as with all new moons, this is a conjunction between the sun and the moon, and it is happening in the sign of Cancer. So, especially those who have things in the sign of Cancer, even Capricorn for the polarity, any of the cardinal signs really at all, you're going to be feeling this a little bit more, but I think everyone's going to be feeling it because of all the other aspects that are going to be going on around this same time. So we're going to go through and kind of get a little bit into all of them and see how it all plays out together. So I would really get ready for some emotions to bubble up. I think we're going to be really using this new moon because it is in Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. So the moon is happy there, but it's also a little bit intense. So you're going to feel a little more intense emotions, almost kind of being like on an emotional roller coaster. You want to really take this time to focus on your needs. Your emotions are going to be on high. You may be extra sensitive. You may cry at the drop of a hat. You might, go from one emotion to the next, but you just want to ride it through. And really just take time to look inward and focus on yourself. We also have on this day, we have Mercury that is currently in the sign of Leo, and that is squaring Jupiter, which is in Taurus. So we have Mercury in Leo, squaring Taurus. Square, like I've said before, is a 90-degree angle. It is kind of an abrasive angle. So when you think about Mercury in Leo and this new moon that's going to be going on, Leo is about kind of being in charge. So it's almost like mentally Mercury taking charge of yourself, Leo. And, it rules the heart. So, caring for your heart and, anything that is bringing you pain. This is squaring Jupiter. So, again, it's about expansion. It's about a lot of big talk, big ideas, big plans. Maybe being a little bit over the top, again, with those emotions, with Jupiter being in there, you may be, again, flying off the handle a little bit easily. So also today we have, which I talked about in a previous video, the nodes, so the North Node and the South Node moving into the Aries-Libra axis. So I will have a link to that video, so it gets a little more in depth. I won't really get into it much in this, but in a nutshell, the nodes are kind of our karma, South Node, and our destiny or our fate, North Node. So the North Node is going to be in Aries. That's about ourselves. It's about, I am. That's, kind of what Aries stands for. So it's about us. The South Node is about we are in Libra. So the South Node is about kind of a comfort zone, what we're trying to get away from. Aries and the North Node is where we're going to, what's our destiny in this life, what's our fate in this life. So we want to work towards that. That's what our goals are. So you want to work a little towards, in this time, the next 18 months, even just the next few weeks while the new moon is happening, when we have the nodes for the next 18 months are going to be in this sign. So you want to really focus on yourself. This is very much themes about taking care of you. Cancer is normally about taking care of others. It's being that nurturer. It's being that support system, that kind of almost motherly kind of mentality. But with this, you want to mother yourself. You want to take care of yourself. You want to nurture yourself. So again, I'll have a link to that video about the nodes in the description. Definitely check that out. We'll get you a little bit more into what's going to be going on, pretty much maybe understanding the different feelings that you have going on internally. So also on that day, we have our new moon conjunction. and it's in a separating square with Chiron. Now, if you are familiar with Chiron, which I have right here, it looks like this. So if you get your chart, you're going to want to, plug Chiron in, check it out where it is in your chart. But right now, it is going to be in a separating square aspect with this new moon. So a little bit about Chiron real quick. And again, I had a video on this prior. I'll leave a link to a longer description in a longer video, an explanation about what Chiron is in the description. So it's pretty much, it is where our deepest wound is. It's that which you cannot heal on your own. It's that something that really is giving us baggage from our past or even a past life. Kind of south node kind of things going on a little bit with that too. So Chiron is, again, this is something that we can't heal on our own. We have to look to something outside to help us in this healing. With this square, it really is encouraging us to get deep with our emotions and really connect and really, again, use this new moon, use this nodal change to inwardly reflect for that emotional healing, that deep healing that we really need, that, expect this to feel like an emotional metamorphosis, especially with the other aspects that are going on too. So it's so much about feeling all the feels, making yourself feel better, making yourself that better person, because if we don't feel good about ourselves, we can't project our true selves to others. We have to feel good, we have to feel confident in order to gain that confidence to go for what we are destined for in this life, that North Node mentality. So you may feel that, because Chiron is that pain, that wound that we cannot heal on our own, it's best sometimes to look for some outside help, try and get some therapy or something like that. Use that North Node Aries to be like, focus on myself. So we really want to kind of put the focus on us. We also have this new moon in an applying opposition with Pluto. So we have the new moon happening here, which is in an opposition with Pluto that is currently just moved back into Capricorn. So like this here, about right there. So, and that is in an applying aspect. So that means that we're moving towards that. So Pluto is about really getting deep, getting really down to the root of the problem, the pain that we're in. This could bring a lot of inner turmoil, intense emotions. Get ready for that, because you're really getting to the root of what causes you this pain. You're going to really become face to face with that emotional baggage, that wound that needs healing, that you've kind of been covering up or, ignoring to an extent, something that may have even hurt you in different relationships because it's in that subconscious. You'll be forced to face it. Might feel uncomfortable. You might want to just, but use that Pluto to gain control over your emotions. Pluto is also about control. Control that. Control those emotions. Control yourself. Don't let that pain continue. You want to face it head on. You want to take charge of it. If it's, guilt that you're facing, guilt from something that you might have done, something that, you had that others didn't, maybe that's eating at you. You want to face that and become an acceptance to it. If it's jealousy, if it's hate, they can be all key themes that we're going to work on internally. Some of these things, you don't need to feel like you do, but you might not know how to, get away from this feel. Pluto is about transformation. The North Node in Aries, going over your needs. The Moon, nurturing, taking care of it. It's empathetic. It can be also, you could be defensive. You could feel unstable. You could have mood swings. This most likely, if you put the effort in, it might get harder before it gets better. But just know, ultimately, things will get better. You just have to put the work in and face those problems head on. Use this cardinal, we have the Pluto up here in a cardinal sign. We have the new moon in a cardinal sign. We have the nodes in cardinal signs. We have so much cardinal energy going on. So we want to really just take charge and use this for our benefit. So finally, also on this day, we have the moon in a trine with Neptune that's in Pisces. So we have the moon down here, our new moon, so ta, and then we have that in a trine with Neptune that's in Pisces. So a trine is a happy aspect. It's a pleasant aspect. It's 4 signs away, so it's 120 degrees, and it's just a nicer aspect. So this is about using that intuition. Neptune's about intuition. It's about your subconscious. It's about your dreams and those kind of things that are hazy and might be hard to get to, because but this trine is really going to help you kind of go to that place, go to those deep feels, go to whatever you need to get help. And with this trine with Neptune, this help might not be in a really a normal conventional way. It could be unconventional. So it could be in a spiritual type of way. It could be in a cult type of way. There's lots of different avenues that you can take. You could even look towards maybe getting a tarot reading read or getting your astrology read. You could, have your chart reading, look at what's coming up, look at what's in your chart and how this reflects upon you. If you did want a reading, I'd love to help you out with that. I could run your chart for you and kind of give you a little glimpse of, where all this lies in your chart, where your Chiron might be, and what ways you can help yourself, because there's different ways in every chart that kind of show you different ways of helping your chart, and it really just depends on where everything falls, because again, this is all the different parts of your life, and you all have every sign, every planet as a part of you. So you're not just your sun sign, you're the whole makeup, and all these transits going around are kind of pinging off different parts in your chart. So the different ways that you can, again, find help. We could do, see an astrologer, you could meditate. If you go to one type of church, maybe try a different type of church. If you go to, a regular church, go to synagogue, or go to, maybe just pray. Even aromatherapy, think Neptune, think smoky, just kind of breathing in and, meditating. It's about, doing a pranayama, kind of like a breathing exercise to just really take the air in and release it. Very Neptune-y type, feels. Just kind of, let your mind flow. Let your mind take in the good feels and exhale the bad feels. I used to be in a class years ago where at the end of class, we would have this light come down, and it would just kind of push out everything that was bad, and through your pores and through your fingers, and just kind of the light would just come out and just be pushing out everything. And this is what we would imagine at the end of class. This class I took was very shortly after my dad had passed away. It was extremely helpful to kind of just release those feelings that had really just been in there, and they kind of keep you strapped, almost like a straitjacket, when you're just trapped, and just being able to meditate like that and just push all that bad feeling out with all this positive white light energy just really kind of help me. So whatever it takes to help you, so be it. You got to help you. This is the time for you. One thing about Neptune is sometimes that does cause you to maybe go towards drugs and alcohol. There could be an addictive quality there. If this is something that's going on, if this is your deepest wound, now is the time that you maybe get help for something like that. Maybe go to a rehab. And if this isn't something that's already a problem, don't fall into that pattern by trying to help yourself by covering up. Again, this is something with that Pluto opposition. This is, think new moon opposition with Pluto. That's facing it. You're facing the problem, and you're taking it head on. You don't want to cover it up. You don't want smoke and mirrors. You want to face that problem head on, and you want to take it on, and you want to fight it, and you want to beat it, so that you can accept yourself, so you can accept the things that have happened to you in your past and say, you know what, this is just my past. This is what makes me me, and that's the way it goes. So just be careful of that. Also with this transition, you want to take what you learn. Chiron is about helping others as well. We might not be able to help ourselves, but we can help others. So let's take what we learn from this metamorphosis, from this emotional healing, and use it to help others. Maybe if you have a friend that is in need and you can kind of relate with their problem, maybe take them under your wing. Maybe just counsel them a little bit, kind of let them know that you care, and help them out. The nodes, and like I said, everything's kind of in the cardinal signs. The nodes moving into cardinal that day, the sun and moon in a cardinal sign with the new moon, and the Pluto in a cardinal sign. Very take action. Then we have the Mercury, Jupiter, and those are in fixed signs. So we have, Taurus at play. So a fixed sign will really, once you start, this is going to help keep you on track. So it's going to, with Jupiter, especially in Taurus, Taurus is a very kind of stay the course, slow and steady wins the race, I always say. So it's going to help you to keep going through the hard times, to just keep trudging through. So, you want to use all these energies together, and they all are going to flow together nicely. Aspects aren't just like one thing that's paying that's going to do one thing. It's everything else and how it all works together. And then we have that initiating action, the Mercury and Jupiter in the fixed signs, so that's the longevity. And then finally we have a Neptune in that mutable Pisces, so that's just kind of cleaning everything up afterwards, the way that mutable signs are so good to do, and so good with just going with the flow. So again, if you're looking for some spiritual help or some kind of occult therapy and you'd like to get your chart done, please contact me at astrotastrology@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to make you up a chart, and we can, on Zoom or, through email or even over the phone, kind of go through and see what we can see and see what we can do that's in your chart that can help you to get through any of the pains that you've been through in the past that you just are having trouble getting through. So I wish you all good luck on this journey. So it's going to be tough, but be strong and be well, and you guys can do this. And please let me know in the comments if there is anything you're working on. I'd love to hear from you. And I hope that we all just really help ourselves. So remember, take this time for yourself, face what you need to face, and we're gonna all come out on top in the end. So good luck. I'll be thinking about y'all, and have a good one. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.